Today is the third week. So let's get
I
started.
really forgot I had Python today. I really forgot.
I think if you are eating and you cannot speak clearly, finish your eating first, or I cannot get your question. Sorry about that. All right, so let me share my screen. So what we learned last week actually is math. We learned the math module. So what does the math module told us? And then we also learned some of the operators. And let me just quiz you on these two things. So with this one, can you tell me what will be x value after these two statements? What will be x value? I think I get an answer here. Let me just check the. All right, looks very good. I get a one correct answer. So who else knows it? Nobody? Jeff, do you know what is x value after executing those two statements? Ethan, do you know?
Wait, what?
Ethan,
Wait, what?
what
Do I
is
know?
x value?
Percent.
What is x value after the processing?
5, I think.
Why? Why?
It's not. It's a 1. What is the value?
Why?
No, I mean x value after the processing.
Oh, X percent equals 5.
Yeah, what is x value then?
Why?
Okay, so looks like you do not remember anything I taught, right? Okay, so Steven, what is x value after the processing?
I think it's 5 or something.
Right. I really want you guys to remember when I teach you something. You remember those, not all of them. At least you need to be able to explain some of them. Okay. I do get it. I do get the right answer. So who wants to try? So Adrian, you don't need to answer. I wanted to ask this class. Who wants to try? What is the value? Stephen, what is the value? So let me ask you first, Stephen, what does the percentile equal to mean? What does it mean?
Wait a second. I just wanted to say, when I'm talking, I could be loud because my brother's also having class.
Okay, all right. So let me just check here. I got 2 right answers now. So Jessica, what is x value? All right, looks like you all forgot what I taught you. Okay, so I got 2 right answers. So let me get Adrian. Adrian, can you explain why you get that answer?
I got 2 because modulus equal to means x is equal to x modulus 5, and modulus basically means what the remainder is. So if you do 17 divided by 5, the remainder will be 2.
Okay, so I wanted the class to remember what Adrian said. Firstly, I wanted to ask you, do you understand what Adrian said? Okay, Richard, I got it. That's okay, not a problem. So do you understand what Richard said? Or what Adrian said? X percent equal to 5. It means X equal to X get the modulus value over 5. The modulus value X over 5. Okay. So that means X equal to that. So that's what I asked you guys to read the website. And I really want you guys to pay attention on it. All right. Very good, Adrian. Thank you very much. And Eva also gave me the right answer. That's very good. All right. So let me ask you this one. I think this is not for elementary school students. This is for like a middle school and high school students. Okay. So who can give me the result here in the chat window? Okay. I get 1 correct answer, 2 correct answer. I expect more. 3. Okay. So, okay, 4. All right. So math.sqrt, that means you're trying to get the square root value of this number. So the square root value of 9, that is 3. So 3 is the right answer. Okay, so why do I ask you guys those questions? I really wanted to help you guys review. So if you do not remember it, hopefully this can refresh your mind. If you remember it and you can answer the question, that's great. Okay. All right, so let's move on. Today we are going to learn random. So why do I use math and random as the start of this Python class? Because math is very close to our school work, right? So we do math every day when we are in school because we have math classes. So that's why I think if we start with math and you can use Python to do the math, it will help you. The random is a concept. We use it a lot. Now, how can you get a random number? You wanted to make a game fair. Sometimes you really wanted to start with a random number, right? If I pick up Ethan and Ethan will feel bad, he will say, why you always ask me for the answer? Yes, that does not sound fair. So that's why I needed to go randomly. I need to pick up someone. Okay, so random is a very useful concept. So let's see how Python does random. Okay, so let's just try that. Let's learn it. So random is also a module. It offers a suite of functions for generating random numbers. If you are in the elementary school, you do not understand this, it is fine. Just skip it, or you just ignore it, okay? Just ignore it, it is okay. But if you are in middle school and high school, we really wanted to learn this, random. So function in the random module depend on a pseudo random number generate function. This method, okay, for the random, which generates a random float number between 0 and 1. 0 is included, 1 is not included. So the random value will not be bigger than 1, okay? So Ethan, yes,
I know what I think I know what the answer is.
yes, tell me,
0.5.
what?
0.5.
0.5? So
Yeah.
which question are you answering?
I'm entering the question on the screen.
This one?
Yeah. No. The RAND slide 2.
Or this one? There's no question here. There's no question here, okay? All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, can you all get your Python open? If you do not, you can also use if you do not have a Python, you can also use the Colab Research Google Com using this one and get a notebook. So let me just put this in the the chat window. So I want you to bookmark this in the future. If you do not have Python installed, you just directly go to this website, okay? Yes, Angela, it does not include one. You are right. So a random number will not be one. It's between 0 and 1. 0 is included, 1 is not. So let's just do an example, see what happens. So can you guys type in this? Run the following code several times in your Python to see the output. So you just say import random and then print random.random. Okay, can you guys do that? Import random and then do random, print it out. Oh, Richard, I'm sorry. I thought you were, because based on the name, I thought you were Angela. Sorry about that. All right, so let me do that. So if you look at my screen, okay, you say import random. Just like what we did last week, we imported math, right? So we imported random here. Now we want to print out the random number. So let me just do that. Random, there's a method called random. This method really generates a random number. Okay, so let me run it. You see what I got? I get a 0.086. Okay, if I print it again, you see what I got? I got a 0.21. Can you just run this one again? You see you get a 0.33. So you just get a number between 0 and 1. It is a random number. Actually, it's not a true random. It is a pseudo random. Okay, pseudo random number. Why it is a pseudo? Because you still use a formula to get the value, right? And the formula, if the formula is certain, then the value you get will be certain as well. Richard, very good question. I think this question, I can show you when we move on. We have that in other methods. Okay. All right. So can you guys just run this, see if you get random numbers? Ethan, do you get random numbers?
I can't. It's just not working for me. I'm just keep on practicing.
Can you share your screen to me so I can help you?
No, I'm working on it. I'm not done.
Oh, you're not done. Okay. So who get it to work? Steven, does it work for you?
I'm still finishing it.
It works for me.
Okay. All right. So Richard, can you just share your screen to me? Yes, I can see this. Yes, Richard. Yeah, can you run it? Run it again. Keep running, and you will see you get random numbers. Yes, very good, very good. All right, thank you. So I wanted to check another student, make sure it works for you. So Eddie, do you mind to share your screen to me?
Sure. Okay. I'm using PyCharm because I just wanted to try it, so
That's good.
okay.
And we will use PyCharm in the future. Yes, good.
I'll just
Run
run
it
it.
again. Just run it again. See.
And then this is the console down below, which
All
just
right.
randomly generates a number.
Yep. Very good. Thanks. We're going to use PyCharm, I think in level 2. All right. So let me move on. So you see that this works for you, right? Okay. So let's just move on. And for random, this method called seed. Seed is used to initialize the random number generator. The random number generator needs a number to start with. That's why we see the seed random, okay? So it needs a value to start with. That value is called a seed value. To be able to generate a random number, by default, the random number generator uses the current system time. I want you all pay attention to this, okay? I will have a quiz for you. By default, the random number generator uses the current system time. So that means it goes to read your computer's clock. Read your computer's clock. The version specifies how to convert the parameter into an integer. Default value is 2. Okay. So the version default value is 2. All right. So the random version is 2. All right. You see here seed, and you give it a number. So now let's just try something. Okay. So you use the seed method to customize the start number of the random number generator. Note, if you use the same seed value twice, you will get the same random number twice. See the example. So that's why I really want you guys to pay attention to it. Now, why I say it is a seed random number. Can you guys try this? Put a random seed 20, and then print it out. Okay, and then again, do the seed equal to 20, then print the random number. You wanted to generate a random number. See if you get the same value. Okay, so let me see if I'm lucky enough today so I can do copy and paste it to the website. Why I do not use the website? Because the website doesn't like me. It doesn't allow me to paste my code to it. You see, it doesn't allow me. Okay.
Can you go back to the slides before?
All right, let me go back to the slides. So you just try this. I will try it using my Python, okay? So you see, I use random, and I use a seed. I put a 20 here. Then now I wanted to print out a random number. You say I got a 0.90. So I will do a seed again, okay? 20. Now I wanted to print out the random number. You say I get the same number, okay? So let me try 20 again. Let me print it out. Okay, you see this is not random. It's not random anymore. Because you see, if you have the same seed value, then you have the same number. When you use random, you get the same number. That's not a true random, right? So that is why we see it is a seed random value. Okay, so let me change the seed value to 30. This time it will get a different random value. All right, do that. You see I get a 0.53, but if I still use random 30, you see what I got. Let me do that again. I can still get 0.53. So this time, let me try to use this 20 again. Let me see what I got. I still get the old value, 0.9056. So I hope you remember this. The seed actually controls what random number you will have. Make sense? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I start?
All right. Okay, so then let me
But
move
when I
on.
put it in, like it gives me the same answer.
Yeah, if you use the same seed value, you get the same answer. But I want you all to try. Okay, Ethan, look at my screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Now everyone look at my screen. So now you see I get this random number, right? So if I do it again, okay. So I print a random number. You see now this changes. Okay, now it changes. Because the seed value is used once, and the next value will be based on that moment. Okay, so you get a random number. You say you call it twice, you do not get the same number. But once you give it a seed value and you run it once, you get the same number, because the random formula is based on the seed value. All right, so let's move on. Any question? If no, let's move on. All right, so Richard, this is what you want. So you say random, use rand int, okay? It will return the random integer between the specified integers. Can you try this?
Random is.
Random int 1 to 100. You will get a random number between 1 and 200. It will be an integer. So let me show you. Okay. So let me just print it out. Be quiet. Okay. Random int. So let me make it like 1 to 100. Let's print it out. You get a 39. You do it again. You get another one, 67. You do it again. You get another one. Okay. You get a random number. It's an integer between those two boundary numbers. The lower bound and the higher bound. Okay. So you get an integer value between those two values. Am I going too fast? Or you guys are good with my pace on this? Let me ask a student. Zach, are you okay with this pace?
The random isn't working for me.
Can you share it to me? Can you share your screen to me? Or you missed the characters in, yeah, in between it. Rand int, yes. Okay, you get a 75. Now you can run it again. You will get another number.
Can you show the slides again?
Okay. This thing, usually you are very fast, so you type fast.
Can you show that again? Can you show that? Can
Yeah,
you use that?
you see this
Bro,
is
you deleted. Bro, can I see it again?
okay. You want to see this?
Okay.
You will not get the same random number as man. You will just get a random number, okay? All right. So hopefully you guys are okay with this pace.
Now I got it. Now I got it.
Okay, good. So let me check with Jessica. Are you okay with the pace? Am I moving too fast or too slow?
I'm good.
Okay, you're good. That's good. So let's move on. So you remember how to get a random integer, right? Okay. Here we have another method. We say random range. It will return a randomly selected element from the range created by the start, stop, and step arguments. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. Because I will spend more time to talk about the start, stop, and the step argument and what is the range later on. Just give you an idea. So if I say, okay, if I say this is a range, it's from 0, that's a start. It will stop at 101, and the step is 10. Step is 10. So you start from 0, then you get a 10, then you get a 20, get a 30, right? It will stop at 101. So that means you can 100 is included. So the value of the start is 0 by default. Similarly, the value of the step is 1 by default. So if you just say run the range, you put 101, then you will get 100 numbers, and then it will pull out the random. So let's just try this first. Let's try it, okay? So let's try this one. Let me print out random run the range. Right? Let me put every value into it. 101, 10. Right? So look like this. Let me hit enter. You'll see it give me 100. So let me do it again. They give me 10. Do it again. They give me 50, right? So you get a number that is determined by this range, and then it's a random number from that. Right? So here give you a number, and it's randomly selected from the range. And I see range number. Let's do one more. Let's just do this. I omit all those values. Okay. I will just put it like a 20 here. You see what I got. I got 18. Let me do it again. I get a 5. Let me do it again. I get a 0. Why? Because if you do not give it the start value, you do not give the step value, you only give it one value. That means it's a stop value. It will stop at 20, but it will start from 0. It will have a step 1. So what you got? What numbers you have in your range? It's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 20. 20 is not included. 20 is not included. Right? And then it randomly pull out one value from that range. So that's why you see I got a 5, I got a 18, I got a 0. They are all the numbers in range 20. Okay. So I want you now to think about the difference between rand int and rand range. What's the difference between those two? Keep that in your mind. Okay. No, random is just for numbers, Richard. It's not for characters, okay? It's only for numbers, for numbers. Okay, so let's move on. I think it's good. We're doing good. So random choice, it will returns a randomly selected element from a non-input sequence. So here now, Richard, you can try see if you can, you put it like a bunch of strings here, and it will give you a random one. And the input sequence as argument raises an index 0, okay? So this is a sequence. This is a sequence. So let me give you this code, and I really want you guys to run it. So this code, I do not want you guys to type in. You can just use it, okay? So let me just use it here. You see what I got. You see what I got. I use random choice. I got 87. So let me do it again. I got 87 again. So let me do it again. I got a 42. I got a 42 again. Let me do it again. 63. You see what I do here is that I have a sequence of numbers, and I ask the system to make a choice. It give me a random selection. It give me a random selection. And you see that, right? I want you to run that code. Let me stop sharing, and I wanted to see how you guys are doing, and you run that, okay? So let me pick up a student. So Jessica, can you share your screen to me? Very good. You are doing great. How about you, Jason? Jason, can you share your screen to me?
Yeah, let me share.
Yes.
Here. Right here.
Very good. Yeah, you're doing very good. Thank you. Good job. All right. Looks like we are doing great in the class. So let's move on.
Can I do it now?
You wanted to share it? Yes, go ahead. Ethan, go ahead.
When I did one of them, I got 45.
Do it again. Run it again.
65.
Great.
63,
Great.
42.
Wonderful job. Very good job. Okay, let's move on. You guys are doing much better than what I thought. Okay, let's move on then. So the choices method returns a list with randomly selected elements. Okay, you see what I have before. Okay, I have choice. Now you can use the choices. So it will return a list with the randomly selected elements from the specified sequence. You can weigh the possibility of each result with the weights parameter to or the common weights parameter. The sequence can be a string, a range, a list, a tuple, or any other kind of sequence. So now you, Richard, you see, you can do it here. Okay, you can use a string. You can put a head there and put a tail there, and then you see what you can do. Okay, all right. So choices, it's not a choice. So let me show you the syntax of the choices method. So that's how it should be used. So random dot choices, then you give it a sequence of items, and then you can give it a where, and then also you can give this kind of where, and then you can say how many items you wanted to choose. If you put a 1 there or you do not give it a value, it is just like a choice, but it does not return an item and return a list. The list only have 1 item in it. If you change the k value equal to 3, then you will get 3 items. So let me run this one, okay? Let me just run this. You see my screen? Let me make a change to this, okay? And make this as choices, okay? So I will just use k equal to 1. You see what I got? I got a 63. You see it's not a number. You see this in a square bracket there. That means it's a
Can you
list.
please show the second one, not the, can you put that, put this
Okay.
away? No,
Okay.
I need, I still want to see it.
Okay.
No, can you move it?
What?
Can you move your, okay, that's better. Okay, that's better, that's better, that's.
Okay. All right. You got it, right? Okay. So let me make a change to this, make a k equal to 3. You see what I got? You see the randomly select 3 items for me, right? I do not want to go into the ways because if you are in high school or like a high level in the middle school, I think you understand it already. It's intuitive, okay? If you are in the elementary school, you may not understand it. It's a way. It's just like you like your daddy more, or you like your mama more. You like your mommy more. You spend more time with your mom. You like your daddy more. You spend more time with your daddy. So that's like a weight here. Which one you wanted to weight? You give it more weight on that item, right? Okay. So I hope you got this one. If you are good, I'm going to move on. Okay.
No, I still want to see it.
You still wanted to see this one, right? Ethan, are you good? All right. So now let me move on to this code. You see, I have a list. Okay. You see, this is how I give the weight to each every item. So apple has weight 10, banana has weight 1, cherry has weight 1. So if I wanted to select 14 items from it, you see the total only have 3. 14, that means you have duplicates. And you see what it looks like. Let me give you this code and I want you to run it. Okay, so let me just give you this code. So everyone go ahead and then run this, see what you get. So let me run it from my computer. I have a problem. Let me just change the format of it. Okay, so let me change the format of it. Let me run it here. You see what I got. You see I got a lot of apples. A lot of apples. Because apple has a weight 10. So that means I like apple way more than banana and cherry. So now I wanted to pour 14 items. So that's why I get a lot of apples here. All right, let me see your result. Does this make sense to you? So let me still share my screen for another second. I want you to look at this one. I also want you guys to understand this, and this is the code you guys can run. Okay, so let me stop sharing and then let me check your work. So,
Still working on mine.
so Adrian, can you share yours to me, Adrian? You think, are you in class or you're going to play? Adrian, are you there?
Oh, sorry, I was away from my computer.
Okay. If you are away, let me get another student to share. So Zach, can you share yours to me? Very good. Yes. All right. So Sophia, can you share yours to me? Cool. Okay. You guys can also try to change the weight and you see the result. Very good work. You guys are doing really good. So let me move on. So I just tell you all those random functionality. Okay. If you do not understand it, it's fine. Just ignore it. Okay. If you understand it and you know that it's useful, then use it, remember it, because it will help you a lot. All right. Try that, Eva. Try use negative way. Okay. All right. So the next one we are going to learn is a shuffle. Random is already like a random, right? Shuffle is also another one. When you play music, you say, I wanted to play in the shuffle mode. So it's not a sequential, right? This function will randomly reorder the element in the list. So it will just reorder it. Okay. So let me give you this code. I want you guys to run it. Shuffle. You just shuffle it. So it will order it randomly. Okay. Try that. So let me change the format of it so I can use it on my computer. All right, so let me run this. You see when I use a shuffle. So I got something like this now. So the order now is random. The order is random. I want you guys to try it. I give you like a 1 minute to try this. I'm not going to check your screen, but I really want you guys to try this. Okay. So there are a lot of useful methods in random. If you have a question, you speak up or you raise your hand on the participants list so I can see it. Or you can just type in your question, okay? Very good. So let's move on then. Move on. All right. So we use the
No,
shuffle.
can we check work?
Next one, okay. Because I have a lot of slides. Everything I will check your work, okay. The sample method, shuffle you randomly ordered. The sample method return the list with a randomly selection of a specified number of items from a sequence. Okay, so you think about what's the difference between sample and the choices. Okay, this method does not change the original sequence. Pay attention, size is required and it cannot be bigger than the size of a sequence. Okay. So you say shuffle change the order of the original sequence. Okay. Sample does not. Choices pull something out from the sequence. Right? And you can give it a number. How many you want to pull out. But the sample, you cannot make this number bigger than the size of the sequence. If you only have 6 numbers in the sequence, the maximum you can pull out is 6. If you pull out 5, then you are sample it. Okay. So let me give you an example. Let me just give you this example. Let me just change it to you see these choices, right? You have a choices. Let me just change this to sample. I wanted to do a sample. Sample this one and the size. Okay. I can use 2. And let's see what we got. It's very much like the choices. Very much like the choices. But the choices, you can pull a lot more. Sample, you can only pull a number that's equal or smaller than the size of the sequence. Okay, you see the size here, I use 2. Okay, so I want you to understand the difference between the choice and the choices, and then the choices and the sample, and the random int and the random range. What are the difference? So remember those, okay? All right, move on. So I want you to spend like several minutes to read this website, find something that you understand and read that carefully. If you do not understand, you are not interested, you can have a break for like 2 minutes. So I ask the class to read this one because I do get elementary school students. They may not be able to understand that. So I'm not forcing the entire class to do it. But for the middle school students and high school students, I really want you guys to spend the time to spend it like a couple of minutes to read this website. Okay, so let me go to that website. And this talk about the random, and that's all we have learned. It has way more methods in it. I just give you several important ones. Okay, just go ahead and read it. Hopefully that will help you. All right, I want you to come back. Let's do like a 3 small quiz. Okay, so try this one. Let me get my chat up, and then you tell me what is your choice. Okay. String, okay, P1 native. Choose the correct function to pick a single character from a given string randomly. Okay, I get 1 answer. Okay, get a 3. 4, 5. All right. So I get different answers. So let me ask you, okay, why you choose your answer? I'm not tell you at this moment which one is correct. So Sophia, what choice you have and why you choose that? Can you speak up, Sophia? You are muted. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay. I chose B because random choice chooses a random single character from the string.
Yeah. Okay, so let me ask Adrian, what do you choose and why you choose that?
I chose random dot choice because I'm pretty sure it chooses like out of a string, it chooses one value.
Okay. So how about Eva? So what is your choice?
I thought the str equals py native. I thought that was the product. So I chose C because I didn't know.
Okay. All right. So the right answer is B. Choice give you one item. Okay. That's the correct answer. B is the correct answer. Sample, you need to provide a size. And the size, you cannot omit it. So you need to tell the system what size you want. All right. So for this one, let me put some thing on my chat so I can separate it so I know that your answer is for this one. All right, go ahead. So choose the correct function from the following list to get the random integer between 99 to 200, which is divisible by 3.
Do you mean divisible?
Yeah, divisible. Yes, you are right. My English is not good at all.
No, it's divisible.
No, it's divisible. What are you talking about?
Never mind, whatever. It's fine.
Okay, I get 4 answers. 5. Fine. All right. So I got different answers. So let me ask the students then. So Richard, what do you choose and why you choose that?
I chose A because, I mean, it's, if I remember, I don't know, so the 99 and 200 is arranged in 3 is what it's divisible by, basically. And I remember you said before that like this 3 thing is related to the range thing, so that's why I chose A.
Okay, so Steven, what do you choose or why you choose it? Steven.
Can I answer for him?
No.
I think because random, I've just, wait, am I on mute?
I can hear you, Steven.
Oh, okay. I think because you said the 2, wait, actually, I changed my answer. I shouldn't be random since.
Good. So you
Because
realize.
random, those all go to the exact same. I think it should be random range or something.
Yeah, if you use random, you do not need to provide any values in it. You do not need to provide any values to it. If you use random int, you only provide two values, that's a lower bounded and the higher bounded. You do not need this third one. Only the random range, it can accept three values here. The lower bounded, the higher bounded, and the step. Okay. So that's why A is the right answer. All right. Let me put it in separate here.
Wait, which one's the right answer?
A is the right answer. A.
What?
Okay. Do you know why? Okay. Ethan, do this one. Okay. So see which one.
Oh yeah, I know that's right.
Okay.
Mm.
Put your answer there.
A. I think it's A, because
Ethan, you think it is A, then you put your answer in the chat. Okay.
okay. Oh, my bad.
All right. So I get 4 answers. I get 5 answers now. This one. Okay, if this one, if you do not answer it right, you know, you really do not pay attention to what I said. Okay. So the right answer. Let me just get the students to answer why you choose that one. And I only get 1, 2, 3, 4 answers. And I think I have more than 10 students in the class. I don't know why so many students do not answer it. Okay. All right.
Maybe they're still thinking.
All right. So this actually, you know, I already talked about it, and I, you know, in the very beginning, I remind you guys. So let me ask Adrian, why you, what do you choose, and why you choose that one?
I chose B because I'm pretty sure you said the regular just random was 0 to 1. So I remember you saying random.seed started from 1.
Okay, pay attention. This is asking about the seed. Okay, so let me ask another student, Sophia, what do you choose and why you choose that one?
I chose C because I don't think it's A or B.
All right. Okay, so the right answer is D. And then let me go back to my slides when I ask you, when I talk about this. Okay. So I highlighted this and I told you guys to remember it, and I will quiz you. All right. So when you use seed, if you do not provide a value, it will go to read the clock. So Ethan, is your mama over there? And can you tell your mom, in the very beginning, I asked you to remember this, and you are so smart, but you give me a wrong answer. So that means you do not pay attention to what I said.
Yes, I do.
But you give me a wrong answer, okay? I'm not trying to put you under the spotlight. I really want you to be concentrated, okay? Concentrate. So that will help you. All right, so I will stop here and I will return the class back to Miss He, and I do have an exercise. You can do it, you do not have to do it, because I know that some students even do not understand what is random. So let me just copy and paste this in the chat window. If you wanted to do it, go ahead and do it. If you do not, I'm fine for this one, okay? All right, so I will stop sharing and I will turn the class back to Miss He.